Good Friday morning, beautiful people. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to A Stupid's Thoughts. I'm a Stupid B, and welcome to my channel. I'd appreciate it when you come in the building, you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are subscribed to the channel, please make sure you have your notification bells put on all so you'll know that when I go live or I upload a video. I would appreciate that. Like I said, to all my subscribers, thank you so much. To my new subscribers specifically, thank you for taking a chance with me and allowing me to give you a little bit of time out of my day and sharing a little bit of your time of your day with me as well. I appreciate y'all for that. I just popped on, but y'all know I don't really be wanting nothing early in the morning, but I'll be wanting to see how my people is doing. Make sure everybody is doing good. Make sure everybody is well. Because y'all know life be life and a lot. And we be wanting to make sure, I be wanting to make sure, let me say, not say we, say I be wanting to make sure that everyone is well, everyone is safe and sound, and to check on my good, beautiful people, my royal gladiators, because I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, because y'all keep me straight. And I mean, not to go off the deep end, not to allow stuff to take hold of me. And I appreciate that for y'all. Of y'all, should I say. Or from y'all. Whichever sounds better to y'all. But yeah, I thank y'all for that. And I just pray that everyone is doing well. I worry about other people more than I worry about myself. But when I worry about myself, it's on a whole new level. But what are y'all doing for the weekend? Like Friday night. Y'all got plans for Friday night? And some people don't have plans. Like myself, I'm adult sitting, not babysitting, but adult sitting. So I'm gonna do that for the rest of the week, and then I can go home and make it back in my own bed. Um, as far as my weekend, I'm just adult sitting. That's really what I'm doing. Me and my cousin are splitting the days up so I could take a nod in the middle of the evening. Cause y'all know y'all sister do not function well during the day unless I'm already up. Trying to get up early, that's another subject. Let's see, do I have a nice little story time for y'all? Because I can share a little story. Because I haven't shared much lately. Except, well, I did share one little story. But also, like, I will say this. I have never been on a plane yet. And I'm going to say yet now. Because I always said never. But I'll say I haven't made it on a plane yet. But I plan on doing so. Because I want to go to Belize. I met some cool people from there. When I used to run the streets as a young girl, because I was in my 20s when I was running the streets. Wasn't a teenager, but I was in my 20s. And I had some responsibilities, but not a lot. Because y'all know, sometimes, again, we're all raised differently. Some people have siblings they have to watch after. Some people have parents they have to take care of. It's a lot different for me being on your own as a 19-year-old, 18, 19-year-old. It's a little different. It's a little different for me. Because back then, things were different. You could leave your kids at home, even if people say you ain't supposed to, but if you know that your kids follow rules precisely, because like when we was little kids, you know, most people had to leave their kids at home to go to work. So I used to stay at my cousin's house to go to school because it was easier for her to take us to school. But when I used to go home on the weekends to stay with my mom, it was different. It's like I lived in two different worlds. Even though I was sheltered from a lot of things from happening, I still live in two different worlds. So when I got back to my cousin's house, I had to be in before 9 o'clock. If my mama had me there late, I could not go in the house. My cousin couldn't open no doors for me. You don't answer the phone. You know not to answer none of that stuff. Like we had rules. Our children had rules when they were young of what not to do, what they're supposed to do in case of an emergency if they're left home by themselves. And my cousin did not play. Her son would not open that door. If I was there 9:05, I was not getting in that house. It's either I would have to go back home with my mom or stay at the babysitter that lived in a room that my cousin was renting to her. And I hated that. That old lady used to crack me up. She was she was strange. She was funny, but she was strange. She became like family to us because a lot of us stayed with her if our parents were going out or something. So it was a little strange because I hated sleeping in that old lady's room because she wouldn't let you out the door to go to the bathroom. You literally had to use a bucket, and I'm like, lady, this is crazy. What in the world is we doing? We don't live in no hut no more. Like I know that's what you used to doing back in the day because she was an older lady, so I could just imagine what she lived through. But to make us have to do that then was like, come on now, lady, you bug. Let me out the door. The bathroom right there. Ain't nobody else in the house. Everybody else is gone or asleep where they need to be. Can I go in there and use the bathroom? It just was strange because I never had to ask at home to get up to go to the bathroom. Even when I was at my cousin's house, which was in the same house, it was her house, but she was renting out rooms. Because if I had to leave out of there to go to the bathroom, I just had to leave out our apartment, unlock the door, go across the hall to the bathroom, lock the bathroom, go to the bathroom, come back. But anywhere else, staying with her, you was not getting out that room once she locked that door at a certain time at night. And I used to be like, what is up with this lady? What is up with this lady? But I realized that's just how older people did back in the day. They made their own rules and regulations of how they dealt with life after slavery. And if I think about it, she had to have been born somewhere within that time because my grandmother was born in 1819, I think it was. And I was like, I need to do some family lookups because that's a lot. My mom was born in 1928, so I know she went through some tough times down in North Carolina. But I would love to know the story behind my grandmother because from what I see, from what I've been told, my grandmother has always been a strong woman. I was told about her building a stove by hand herself. She did other stuff, but I was just mind blown off the stove. And like I said, I keep forgetting when she was born and the things that she probably had to live through. If I correctly think about it, I do believe my grandmother had to live through slavery. So I always want to know her story. And I'm trying to figure out where I can go find her story. So if y'all know of a place you can go find some, I know we got ancestry and all that, but I want to look deep dive into my family's life to see what they had to live through in life. And I'm not going to make this video long because I know people got things to do, places to be, and most people are already there. So think about that. Have you ever been able to ask your parents about their life before they had you? Or your grandparents? Because see, I don't have any grandparents living on either side of my family. So I don't know those stories. But to me, I think those would be some of the most powerful stories to find out. So I'm going to take my time and look that up, try to look up some information on it, and let me know if that appeals to y'all. Because some of y'all might still have your grandparents living. If you're closer to my age, 55, you might and you might not have your grandparents living. So let me know what y'all think about that. Have you ever asked your grandparents about their life before they had your mother or your father? Ask them. Because I promise you, that might be a really serious conversation, a good conversation to have if they are able to have that conversation. So never take your elderly for granted. Because the elderly, we need them. Those are the storytellers, especially the ones that have lived through racism back in the day, not the new racism, that made it through slavery. That families were the first families that lived in certain areas of the United States when slavery was over. Think about those questions and think about asking your grandparents if they're old enough to know that type of stuff. See what they got to say about their lives when they grew up. And you might have a story time for yourself. Hey Natasha, how you doing, sis? Thanks for coming through. I ain't gonna be here long. I just popped on to see how everybody was doing, to check on all y'all, make sure y'all was good. And I was just doing a little story time. A little bit of a story time, and then asking people, have they ever asked their grandparents about how they grew up? What things they had to overcome from growing up back in the day? Because some people get family issue, family things from their elderly. Some people get lineage stuff back from everyone else. It depends on the times that your parents or grandparents were born in, what you will be able to get from them if they remember. So think about that as just something to do, but also make it something that's powerful. Because if you think about it, if your grandparents is in their 90s, in their late 80s, some great grandparents might be still alive. If you are in a place where they are in a mental state where they can have those conversations with you, have those conversations to learn some extra history about your life if you weren't already taught it as a child. Hey, California cutie, how you doing, love? Yeah, ask your parents about it. Ask your grandparents and your great grandparents if they're still alive. Ask them what did they have to live to and what year were they born, and see what they had to live through in that time. Because see, racism now is a little different for us. Because it affects us in the same way. The only difference is there are so many black women, men, lawyers, doctors, all that they can't take away no matter what they try to do. As much racism they have out there that's put out in the world, those are things that you have earned. Girl, that's a wonderful thing. That is an absolute wonderful thing. Because like I was saying before, I don't know none of my grandparents. All my grandparents are deceased and I was not born before they passed away. So that's why I say anybody that is, I'm doing okay. Anybody that has their grandparents or great grandparents, see if you can get some conversations out of them about what they had to live through in those times so that you can learn. Because some people will take for granted the good things that we have. Some people take advantage of it. They take it for granted. And if you think about it, a lot of our parents, great grandparents and grandparents, they didn't have beds to sleep in. They didn't have light. They had to use candle for everything. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have toilets. It's a lot of stuff. And if you think about how much of a blessing it's a powerful blessing because you get to see life through the eyes of different individuals. It will make you say, Dad, I don't know if I could survive that. Because I know I couldn't survive. I would have never survived because I'm too mean and ornery. That's why I said I don't know where. I guess I know where it come from, my dad's side. But my grandmother was a 6 foot tall, husky woman. So for her to be able to build the stove on her own and kitchen furniture and stuff like that, that stuff is amazing to me. And I just get a little frustrated sometimes the fact that I don't know her story. I would love to know her story because being born in 1819, that's a lot of history. My mama being born in 1928, my mama never talked about those things. But those are things that I would love to know. Because I was born in 1968. Trust me, That's what I tell you. I tell a lot of young people, listen to the elderly. Stop being disrespectful to your elderly. And I mean the real elderly. I don't mean people my age. Be respectful to me as well, but I'm talking about people that's up in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. And if they make it to their hundreds, be respectful of those people because they have some knowledge that you would never understand. They have lived through some things that you could never live through. So I said I wanted to start going around and finding some elderly people. Let them. I want to hear their stories. 1914. I have a lot. That's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing because I'm telling you, it takes a. They went through a lot, and we cry and complain about the little things that we have to go through. Especially people that got cars now. Back in the day, they ain't all have that. They had to walk or catch the bus if that was in their area. But some of the people didn't even have that. So think about the things that we have now that we take for granted that they didn't have to make life a little bit easier. I'm that into my great aunt. She was born in 1900. I was very blessed to talk to her. She was alive. Amen. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. Because you have those stories you can tell your grandchildren. I ain't got no grandchildren yet. I'm still waiting. But I want to make sure my son explains to his children who his mother was. Because most of our parents always felt like, especially if you have older parents like I did, they felt like I lived that life so you don't have to live it, but they don't explain it to you. Just like that. Yeah, the internet has definitely been a blessing. It's been a curse and a blessing all at the same time. That's just fact. But I want to know those stories because I think those powerful stories will make some people learn how to stand up and do things a little different in life. Also, those are the reason why a lot of people push through to other things. I didn't get to learn a lot of stuff. So from what I know, I make sure I tell my son. And I told him, look into your family heritage. You really need to look into it. Because I can't give him something that was not given to me. The elders in my family, the eldest in my family, she suffers from dementia, so she don't remember a lot of stuff. Or she's still stuck in that time. But they don't like to talk about that type of stuff, which is strange to me. But, hey, they like it, I love it. But I think that families need to sit down with grandparents and great-grandparents and have those conversations. What did they have to live through? What did they have to overcome? Because then you learn that your overcoming is way less than what they had to deal with. You couldn't drink from the same fountain. You couldn't use the same bathroom. You couldn't use the same entrance way. You weren't allowed to date each other. They've been through a lot. Our people have been through a lot. They had to live in huts. They had to be assaulted, hung, all kinds of things. And some people, I believe, that lived through that could tell those stories. Just like with the Jewish community, the Asian community, they have documentation of all that. Child, I'm telling you, I love it. I think like that all the time. And I think it's because I did not have that opportunity to meet my grandparents. That's what I think is part of my problem. I didn't get the chance to meet them. So that is very interesting to me. So if y'all haven't, take some time to find out who you are. And I mean your lineage as far as who you are. Depending on the age and how your life turned out, you should know who you are at this point in time. If you don't, it's time to start digging through that bag of yours and finding out who you are at the core of yourself, not who you are on YouTube or being in a large group of people. Learning who you are and learning you can be by yourself. You don't need to be bothered with other people. That you are comfortable in your own self. That you can be by yourself for a couple of days and it's not a problem. Some people can't be by themselves. Me, I actually like being by myself. I'm an introvert most of the time. But I like to be creative as well. So I said what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some digging. I'm going to do some real digging. Thank you. I appreciate that, California cutie. Yeah, because I just like to conversate over here. I don't really like to dig off. Like, I dig into Love and Marriage Huntsville on my time, sometimes even in the middle of a live. But I like to just come over and sit and chat and talk about life. That's why I say I do a little things different. I do go over my daily devotions. Also, before I forget, daily devotions for October is in the October folder. They are all there for every day. Some of them, a lot of them have 2 days put together. If you want to start learning about dealing with anxiety, I started reading over those chapters as well. And if you like to watch me go off a little bit, not as bad as I went off the other day, but you want to hear me rant about some stuff that get on my nerves, like the government and the stupid stuff that happens on TV, feel free to check out my rants because I have those over there too. I promise you, but you might enjoy them because I'm not a person that goes off most of the time. I try my best to keep it peaceful because I like peace. I don't need drama in my life, so I try to keep it peaceful. But I just like to have a conversation with everybody and figure out what they like and what entertains them and what's going on in their world. Make sure everybody good. I'll be on the basics. But to me, the basics are enjoyable because it's like having an early conversation with your family before you send your kids off to school. You know, your husband and somebody go off to work. You know how people used to sit around the kitchen table and eat breakfast together and have family talk. That's what I like to do, family talk, over here on the Stu Queen Bee Thoughts. So that's why I tell people, come by anytime. I tell people drop their birthday in the chat. California Institute, I think I have yours. But yeah, drop some crowns in the chat for yourself. Because like I said, I wasn't going to be here long. I wanted to make sure that everybody was good. I wanted to make sure everybody's having a good day. If anybody decides to go live today, hit me on IG or drop down in the comments because I got some I keep forgetting to drop my breast cancer wellness graphics because it's breast cancer awareness month. So I got to drop those on my community wall and a couple of other things I've seen. 1020, gotcha. I'm gonna save that because I will go back and look at them. I know it was recent, so happy birthday. No, your birthday coming. Yours is coming. My cousin's is the 31st. So yeah, I can't forget that. But yeah, I just like to conversate and have conversations because that's what real life is about. Conversations. And if you can't have a conversation with other people without bumping heads all the time, then that's a problem. So I'm a talker. And I like interaction from people. So trust me, anytime you come over here, unless it's an upload, we're going to be having conversations about life. How you feeling today? Did you thank God for waking you up this morning? Did you love upon your kids today? Did you take the time to love upon yourself today? Because we all need to do that. Take care of ourselves first. Because if you don't take care of you first, nobody can take care of you like you. Chad. Yeah, my cousin's is 31st. She a Halloween baby. I said, girl, was you a trick or a treat? She was to get mad at me, so I stopped saying it. But now I'm going to go back to saying it since she getting old. Yeah, it's the 50s, girl. It's the 50s. Maybe 51 should be 50. 53. Should be 53. Yeah, because we 2.5 years apart. Yeah, should be 53. But I thank y'all for coming to hang with me for a little bit of time. And for anyone catching this on the replay, please make sure you check out California Cuties page. Check out Miss Nola Reed's page. Check out Miss Natasha Razor Glam's page. And a couple of other pages I want to name: Indigo Star One, Universal Tea with Marie, Just Valencia, Come and Get This Commentary, The Plane is Jane. Who else I'm missing? I said Nola Reed's. Barb Meets World. I keep forgetting to say Barb name and I be feeling bad. So please make sure y'all check out Barb Meets World's channel. Check out So Debonair. Evangelist Val. Y'all know her page. I see she was cussing the folks out yesterday. Woo, she tickled me sometimes I can't. But yeah, I want y'all to have a great and blessed day today. Don't let nobody disturb your peace. Don't let nobody knock you off your square. I'm in that mode right now, so I'm trying to do better. Take time to love up on you. There's nobody. Happy birthday! Welcome to the 50 Club, sis. Happy birthday. I hope you're going live today for your birthday to enjoy your birthday a little bit. Everybody definitely go over there and wish Natasha Razor Glam a happy birthday over there on her channel. You are more than welcome, love. But yeah, thank you for coming through to hang with me for a little bit. I appreciate y'all. To my new subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you trusting me with your time. And if you feel like I'm wasting it, let me know. And we can talk about it. I want y'all all to have a beautiful day. Don't let nobody disturb your peace, like I said before. Love up on yourself. And try to woosah sometime today. Because I know today people probably get on your last nerve. So, with that being said, y'all have a beautiful one. This is Stu Queen Be out, y'all.
I spent so many nights sleeping on me, but I finally realized I'm all that I need. I'm that girl, been that chick, never needed no one else. I've been that bitch, plenty on my mind, a couple on the side.